guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are having a fabulous day. Today I am just going to bring you guys a quick review on a new foundation, and this is from L'Oreal Paris, and it is the Infallible Pro Matte 24-Hour Foundation. So the claims on this, as the back says, the finish is a demi-matte, semi-matte finish. It is supposed to last 24 hours. This is medium coverage, it says, and the texture is air to light as far as texture goes. So with that being said, the color range that they have is I think they've got about 12 different colors. I picked mine up at CVS, and mine was, I think, about $12.50, something like that. And they also had a deal at CVS when I got it where you could buy $15 worth of L'Oreal products and you got $15 extra bucks back. Or did I say that right? Yeah, $5 extra bucks back. So anyway, it was a pretty okay deal for a drugstore foundation. When I looked this up online on the L'Oreal website, this is actually like $14.99 or something like that. So it's a little more expensive through their website, which is kind of weird. But so it is kind of a normal priced foundation for the drugstore. That $12 to kind of $15 range is kind of what they're typically running nowadays. So price-wise, it's about the same as most. As far as the finish goes, it being a demi to semi-matte, I would agree with that pretty much 100%. It is not matte when you first apply it, but as it kind of dries and sets, it is very matte. In fact, you probably don't have to set it with a powder, although I did. I just kind of always feel more comfortable setting my face with a powder, but you probably don't have to. It does dry fairly matte. The other thing is the 24-hour wear. I have some other matte foundations in my collection that are from the drugstore that I really like, but the thing that I cannot stand is when makeup starts to kind of break up on your face as the day wears on. And I seem to get that with some other foundations, but this holds up really well. So I'm pretty excited about that. Typically I do my makeup around 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning, and I don't take it off until probably 9 or 10 that night. So I need a good at least 12 hours out of my makeup, and this did a great job holding up and not kind of breaking up over my face. With that being said though, I did, after about 5 or 6 hours, see a little bit of shine coming through. Nothing like extreme where I was like, oh my gosh, I have to blot and powder right away. But I did kind of run my powder brush over my face just to kind of make everything a little bit more matte again. But overall, I thought that the makeup held up very well and did keep me matte through most of the day. The next thing is the coverage. The coverage, they say, is medium coverage. I would agree with that. I would even go to the point of saying it's medium to full. Not full coverage as like my Estee Lauder Double Wear and some other things like that, but I do think that it covers a little bit better than some of my other medium coverage foundations. So I thought the coverage was actually pretty good. And then the texture is kind of an air light texture. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. It squeezes out like this, and it's just kind of a I better put the cap on before I squeeze that all over the floor. It's just kind of a air light type of texture, I guess you could say. So it's not liquidy like it's gonna run, but it is, you know, a pretty light feel. So anyway, that's the color that I got, and this is actually called Shell Beige, I think. Is that right? Yeah, Shell Beige, and this is 102. And this is the second lightest color in the range that they have, those 12 different colors. I will say also, when I went to the website, it was kind of nice. They have this kind of, I guess, tracker or whatnot, where you can put in your skin type, your undertones, and some different things that you're looking for, and it's kind of just like a questionnaire, and it pops up questions and you answer them, and then at the end of it, it gives you a couple of different options as far as colors go. So it can kind of help you pick out the colors. So if you're not going to order it online and you are going to go in somewhere and purchase this, it may be worthwhile to go to the L'Oreal website and just kind of go through those questions if you're not sure on a color. The other thing that I will say is that A lot of the colors look very similar until you hold them up next to each other, and some are more neutral or warm toned, and some of them are more cool toned. So depending on whether you've kind of got more yellow undertones, you're more neutral, or you've got more pink undertones, your color may look pretty similar until you hold those up next to each other. So just be aware of that. The other thing about this foundation is that when you buy it, it actually has a little foil topper on it. So the nice thing about that is that you know that when you buy it, it has not been tampered with. The things that I would compare this to in my collection right now from the drugstore is, this recently came out not too long ago, the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation. And this is oil-free, won't clog pores, and supposed to last all day. This I actually think has a little bit less coverage, a little bit lighter coverage than the Infallible. So if you have this and you're looking for something that has just a little bit more coverage, I would say that the L'Oreal Infallible gives a little bit more coverage. But really they're very, very similar. They both are intended to keep you matte and are supposed to be long wearing foundations. The other one that I would compare this to is the Rimmel Stay Matte foundation, simply because the Stay Matte foundation is a matte foundation that's supposed to be long wearing as well. I would say that the Stay Matte foundation has much better coverage. This is pretty full coverage, and the texture is different. This is more of a liquidy, creamy type texture. The Rimmel Stay Matte is more of a moussey texture, but all in all, it's pretty much the same as far as a matte foundation that's supposed to be long wearing. The Stay Matte does not stay on my face as long. It doesn't last as long. It does kind of break up a little bit, but it has a little bit more coverage as well as the L'Oreal. So, man, this is really hard. I mean, I'm telling you what, all three of these are really great options for matte foundations at the drugstore right now. So overall, I would say a little bit less coverage, but stays all day. This one has super coverage, but it does not last quite as long on me. And this one is kind of a happy medium between the two. It has pretty good coverage and it lasts a long time. So, overall, if you can't tell, I really think that this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation is a really great option if that's something that you're looking for at the drugstore. So yeah, I totally give this a thumbs up. I'm going to enjoy wearing it. I will say that the way that I applied this foundation is like I apply most all of my foundations. I squeeze it out onto my fingers, kind of place it on my face, and then go back in with the end of my beauty blender and just kind of blend that all out. I just feel like that kind of gives me the best coverage and application for my skin type. I would say if you've got combination to oily skin, this would be a good option. If you've got really dry skin, I don't know how it would work with your skin, but as far as my skin being kind of oily / combination, this really worked well for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already as well, because I've got lots of fun videos coming to you guys soon. Alright guys, I appreciate you guys watching so much. I hope you enjoyed, and have a fabulous, blessed day. We'll see you in my next video. Bye!